What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be unboxing my AntiLaser Priority system. So let's get right into it. So up first is going to be our hi-fi speaker, and it looks like UPS drop kicked my package. But I did unbox everything just to make sure that it is okay, and there was no dents or anything. So we're fine. So up first, we're going to have the mounting bracket for the speaker. Everything here is mostly going to be plastic for the system. That goes for all the components. But it is a kind of durable plastic, not a super cheapy kind of plastic. Although some things feel cheapy, but not everything. So included with the speaker, we have some mounting screws. I definitely would recommend using these instead of some double-sided tape because the speaker does have some heft to it. As for the speaker itself, it uses an aux cable to connect directly to the aux port on the control pad, which I will show you guys shortly. The cabling is pretty solid, pretty thick in my opinion. The speaker has a mesh in front of it and is built pretty well in my opinion. I think this is going to provide great audio for me while I'm driving and have my music playing loudly, and then I get shot with laser. I'll still be able to hear the alerts, so definitely would recommend getting this. Next up, we have our Bluetooth module. So this module allows the system to connect wirelessly to your smartphone, and once paired, it enables wireless communication and gives you some added convenience and control of the system, as well as doing things like updates and tweaking your settings. So next up, we have our GPS antenna. When I first saw this, I was really confused as to what it was. But there is a warning label, so please handle this properly and take steps to make sure you don't damage your equipment. Now, actually taking a look at the GPS antenna, you'll notice it has a suction cup. I'm not quite sure what that's for. I'll have to figure that out later. But the GPS antenna is made of plastic and will connect to the CPU using RJ45, and it is something that is absolutely mandatory on the newer systems. Alright, so next up is going to be the Hardware 6 CPU. Inside, we're going to have our control pad, as well as our LED and aux cable where that speaker is going to plug in. And something I was curious about when I had this system is if these buttons were going to be a membrane kind of feel, or were they actually going to have some click to them. And now that I have them hands-on, I can confirm that they are clicky and they're not just squishy buttons. Inside the box, we're going to have our power cables. So after reading the manual a little bit, the red wire is going to be the positive wire. Sorry, it's out of focus, but the red wire is going to be your power wire, and then your negative is going to be your ground. I'm going to use a wire tap or like a fuse connector, which the manual states to use 2 amps just to protect everything here. So use a 2 amp fuse tap to power the system. And then as for these blue and green wires, you're actually not going to worry about that. Unless you're planning on having your stereo or your factory stereo muting or maybe turning down if you get hit with laser. Also included in the box is going to be some fuse tappers or wire tappers, as well as a bubble gauge to make sure everything is nice and level. And then we're going to have some sticky pads, which I'm going to assume is going to be for the CPU. Also in the box is going to be an extension cable for the USB port. That way, if your CPU is in a location where it's not easily accessible, you can still do things like firmware updates and change your settings over USB. And now, of course, we're going to have the CPU itself. So the entire CPU is going to be comprised of plastic, like everything else in the box, but is shockingly tiny and light. I was actually expecting this to be way bigger because watching the YouTube videos and everything, it looked really big on camera, but you can see the size of it next to my hands. It's quite literally small enough to fit in the palm of my hand. But this is kind of the brains of the operation, where all of the wires, all the GPS antennas, everything is going to connect to this box, and this box right here is going to determine the algorithms and everything useful for jamming, and as well as the parking features. So up next we have our transceiver, and that just basically means that it's going to receive and also transmit back to the laser gun. So the head itself is made up of a plastic type material, and the wiring is pretty thick, and I don't think that'll be an issue like some of the other jammers out there. The heads are known to be super sensitive, so we'll have to see how that works in testing. But these are super small and should be pretty easy to hide. Now, for the connectors on all of the heads, regardless if they are TX heads or receive heads, they use this kind of twist lock connection, which is also similar to that of the TMGs, but they should be easy to kind of put on and take off. Inside of the box, you're going to find a mounting bracket, which you can kind of bend and shape to your car's needs. I, however, want to 3D print and create kind of an acrylic enclosure for mine. That way it's kind of hard to spot. But there's nothing wrong with using these brackets. They're perfectly fine and should bend rather easily. Also inside of the box, you're going to find your connector that will plug into the laser head itself, like so, and then will connect to the CPU via that RJ45 connector. Also included is some screws as well as some zip ties and 3M sticky tape. And finally, we have our Gen 2 TX blackhead. This is extremely important if you live in an area where anti-jamming guns are used, such as the Dragon Eye or some of these stalker guns, or tons of other guns out there that now have anti-jam capabilities. You're going to need this, which is the latest and most powerful sensor, but also small at the same time. So here is a look at the sensor itself. You can see that it is quite literally the size of 2 of my fingers together. And basically all this does is transmit or shine a huge wide-angled beam of light in all directions, kind of helping out with like overpass shots or some of those guns that are super tricky to jam. But you can kind of put this thing in a whole bunch of places. If you have a larger vehicle, you're going to want 2 of these bad boys, but some people are getting away with just 1. I can't tell you guys enough how excited I am to put this in my vehicle. Also inside of the box, we have our mounting brackets here. Again, I'm going to be making some custom 3D printed brackets for my car, but don't be afraid to use the factory bracket. And of course, we have our wiring harness. So that is going to do it for today's video. I hope that I kind of explained everything really well for you guys and kind of showed you guys what to expect inside of your package and kind of explained a few things for you. So in the next video, I'm going to be installing this along the way. I'm still waiting on my 3D printer, but I cannot wait, guys. So I'll see you guys in the next video.